Greetings, football lovers. Greetings, Mamelodi Sundowns fans. We are back with yet another installment of the Yellow Corner, bringing you the preview of the much anticipated clash, the African Champions League Quarterfinal first leg match between Mamelodi Sundowns and Espérance de Tunis. And as you can see today, I'm joined by a good buddy of mine, someone who joined us last season when we previewed this very same fixture, but in a different stage. Elyes, how are you, my brother? Welcome to the Yellow Corner once again. Eid Mubarak to you and everyone who is celebrating.
Thank you, mate. Thank you. So a long time no see, but I'm really happy to join you again. Not happy to play you, but happy to join here. And I also wanted to wish everyone Eid Mubarak and happiness, and I hope health as well. It's the most important, I think.
Absolutely, man.
I also need my health before the game. Let's say.
Yeah, man. Sundown supporters really enjoyed having you the last time, and I'm sure they're going to enjoy this one as well because you were very insightful.
Yeah, I know them. I had a lot of respect from your people. I saw the comments last time. Maybe I had one or two beefs, but it was okay. Let's say.
Yeah, man. Getting into this tie as a whole, are you excited? How excited are you about this tie between us and you guys? And how are you feeling about it?
I'm really excited about the game. Let's say in itself, because playing Mamelodi Sundowns is always challenging for us because we know that Mamelodi always play like a good football, quality football, and it's always good to measure ourselves with such teams in Africa because it's like for us it's like the games we are we live for, let's say. And I'm really excited about the game. How feeling? Maybe with the time we'll talk about it because it's not the same as last year. Let's say we had more stability last year in comparison to this year. But let's see.
Mm-hmm. And the big news going into this clash, man. 2 weeks before this clash, during the FIFA international break, you guys took a huge decision and fired your coach Lorenzo Richkampf and replaced him with Mahi Kanzari, man. How do you feel? Are you concerned about this big change that took place just a few weeks before such a huge game?
I mean, it was how to say, it wasn't the good let's say time to change the trainer because before a big clash in the Champions League. And but I think it was we were ready for it, let's say, because the last results weren't satisfying in general. The team wasn't playing well defensively. It wasn't that good, let's say, and the trainer took the responsibility of his choices. And to be honest, there were a lot of controversy for the trainer. So some of the supporters were against him, and some were saying, okay, we also don't have the players to play the game we want to play, let's say, or we wish to play in general. So it was a really controversial decision, but the decision were there. The new trainer now took the team since 2 weeks, like you said, and had some friendly games, but we are looking for it. Let's say we don't know how the team will play. Let's say that it will be a really big surprise. So we know the trainer because he trained us some years ago. He was also how to say, he was the assistant manager in one period, 2010, something like this. So he knows the team, he knows the atmosphere, but new player, new coach, it's always difficult. I'm pretty sure he will not change a lot of stuff in 2 weeks. It's nearly impossible. But let's see. So I'm not that. So this change is not at the real at the true point. Let's say, because it's not before a big clash that we change the trainer. I don't find. I don't find it well, but let's see, because we don't have any other choice now. The decision was made.
No, I hear you. It's not always ideal to make such a change going into such a big game, but there could be a possibility of a new manager bounce. Like you said, the results, you guys were not too happy at some point about the results, So we will see, man. We will see, man. Last season, before we played you guys, there was so much respect from Espérance, from your fan base and everyone for Sundowns, coming from your side, and a bit of fear, maybe to a certain extent, for Sundowns, Is it still like that, or things have changed? Having seen how Sundowns has been this season, the coaching changes and the results this season, do you guys still have that respect and a bit of fear, maybe for Sundowns, or have things changed?
I mean, when you start like big games, you always have respect to your opponent and also fear, because from the first point, you don't play these teams like so much. You don't play this team often. Let's say during the season, like in the championship. So you don't have that, how to say, that ideal view about the team. So you don't know about actually how they play. It could be that so we always have respect to such teams, because we know that Sundowns will play like offensive football. They will not try to how to say to park the bus or do something like this. And that's and also like with the defense that Espérance have this year, which is really not successful, and we don't trust our defense at all, and it makes it makes thinking about the game always difficult, and more difficult, because we know that Sundowns will play offensive football, especially you guys play the first game home. It was the opposite. I think it was the opposite last year, because we played the second
it was
in South Africa. So this year is the opposite. It means like we have a lot of pressure. We also have the away goal in the second leg. We still have the away goal in Africa. So, and the thing is, like, also Espérance concede a lot of goals home, because when we play also offensive football, we do a lot of mistakes in the build-up. We have the feeling that the team is lacking trust and lacking confidence generally in the build-up, and we make a lot of mistakes. So we know that in Africa, 1.5, so a half mistake can cost us the qualification. So for sure we have a lot of respect to all our opponents, and we also for sure we also fear like edit. So we don't fear having fear, but we also have a lot of respect, and we want also like it's a lot of pressure, let's say, to play Sundown.
It's funny that you just mentioned your defense. I had this question down below. But a few weeks or a month or so ago, I watched a buddy of mine, Mahir Mezahi from African Football 5-a-side. He was previewing the quarterfinals as a whole after the draw. And he mentioned your defense, that he's concerned about your defense, and since your captain Yasin Mulia is out injured, and he said he has few concerns with that, as well as your goalkeeper, the young Mimich, that he's not as good as he was last year. Is this where you think is that a huge worry for you going into this game, that that triangle of the two center backs and the goalkeeper has not been performing so well for you guys this season?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think the biggest problem was we didn't have any other center back since the injury of Maria. I think we didn't look for a center back, which is a shame for a team like Espérance, because you need a backup for sure, and we didn't have the backup we need. Now we are paying our mistake, and we see that our defense is lacking a lot of confidence. Let's say it's like a lot of confidence. Mentality is not there. Like I told you, the build-up, like we do a lot of mistakes in the build-up when like teams. Now I have the feeling that this year teams do not have any fear, like playing high on the field against Espérance, which is which is really surprising because we see that Espérance is not that team that that shows this, how to say, confidence, which make the other team like fear us. But this year was totally the opposite. Let's say Mamish as well. Like it was a big question mark. Let's say this season he's performing really badly. It's also confidence because he's really, like, he did a lot of mistake. I cannot count the number of mistakes that Mamish did this year, but it's like really, really, how to say, really surprising, more than surprising. We are really ashamed, but from his performance, because like it's really, really, I don't know what the guy like has in his mind right now. It's really difficult for us to understand why he's performing like this. So generally, yeah, let's see. Maybe the Champions League atmosphere will change something. We don't know, but from the foreign point of view, the center backs plus Memish, they are not that the where they don't have that, how to say, confidence from last year with Cardozo, let's say.
Interesting. I hope it continues on Tuesday and I don't see them a meet from last season. We are currently coached by your former coach, Miguel Cardoso, man. You gave me great insights when that day when you was announced as Sundowns coach and told me what to expect, man. Looking at the current Espérance side and Cardoso's side, what's the difference, the major difference between his Espérance and the current Espérance side?
I think, let's say, with Cardoso, we had a lot of defensive stability, and we talked about it, I think, when you asked us about what to expect from a trainer like Cardoso. I told you, like, he's really tactically good, like especially in the defense. We saw last year that we had a really good defense, and we had the offensive style of Espérance wasn't that convincing, but the defensive style helped us reach the final last year, and also like the final was also tight, so it was 0-0, 1-0, so it was really tight. So Espérance didn't concede a lot of goals, also due to a good goalkeeping from Mamish last year, which is not the same this year. But I think so the change with after Cardoso, this stability, we lost stability, we lost this, how to say, this concentration in the build up, in conserving the ball, in defending in general, in the transition, and now we see a lot of difficulty to achieve this, let's say, this year. A bit more freedom, like in the last third of the field, like offensively, but it remains really difficult with so we don't have any this tactically. We lost a lot since Cardoso left, let's say.
You obviously know that Cardoso knows a lot of your players very well. Yeah. He knows them in and out. Is this a worry for you guys going into the game, that he has so much insight on almost all your players?
I think maybe he has a lot of expectations. That's for sure. He knows the players. I don't know if maybe we have one or two new players, let's say, but they don't play as like in the start 11. So I'm a bit worried that he knows a little bit more than expected, let's say. But with the new style of Espérance, maybe we'll be surprised, let's say.
Yeah, man. Getting into the game now, we've spoken about so many things outside the game. What do you think your approach will be in the first leg, and where do you think this game might be won or lost?
So I think what to expect. I don't expect Espérance to play with the same view as maybe last year in the first leg. The first leg will be will not be home. We know that Sundowns will play with a lot of pressure. They will play high on the field, so we know that we don't need to how to say we need to close a little bit the gap between the midfield and the defenders. We need to be aware that they will create a lot of danger. They will play really offensively, so I don't expect Espérance to play with a lot of with the play with a lot of pressing, and I would expect Espérance to play to wait for counterattacks, like always in Africa. So we'll play outside, we play away from home. We will always wait for something, maybe like last year, where we waited, and we had we won at the end. So I'm expecting the same, let's say.
For us, Cardoso, for me, is a very sensible coach. He knows that we need to take a positive result to Tunis, but I do not expect him to go gung-ho and be wild, and leave us vulnerable at the back, for counter attacks, transitions, So I expect him to box smart in this game. I expect us to take the game to you guys, but I expect us to be very smart, because in these types of games, the away goal, man, it changes a whole lot of things, So I think Cardoso will be very offensive, but with a bit of pragmatism in this game, So because Cardoso, tactically is very astute, He knows that you guys are a very good side. We can't be just wild and say we want to go to Tunis with a 3 or 2-0 lead, and we're just going to attack, and then our rest defense is not good, and then you punish us with the quality of players that you have. So I think there will be a bit of pragmatism from our side,
If I can add something, the thing is, like, this year I have the feeling that Espérance plays better away than home, because I have the feeling that Espérance plays better when the opposite team also play offensively, because we have a lot of let's say area where we can counter. We have a lot of fast players in front with your friend Elias Mokwana, and also Abderrahman Konate, which is also like has a lot of good projection with the ball. Let's say we had a lot, and Yusuf Belaidi for sure, which is he remains the star of Espérance. He's good this year, less than before, but he's still, when he's in form, he can bring a lot of danger, let's say.
Yeah, man. I'll touch on him. I'll ask you a question about him later on, but
okay, yeah. I'll answer it later. But generally, Espérance plays better away than home, let's say.
Mm-hmm. And with regards to where I think the game will be won or lost, I think it will be in both final thirds, in the zone 2 and zone 5, as well as the zone 14 and zone 17. To be honest, I've not been really our centre back pairing, man. I'm not too. I don't have a lot of confidence in our centre back pairing, because Grant Kekana is a very good centre back. He was the defender of the season not so long ago, but he's not playing at that level that he was playing in the last few seasons. So I'm a bit worried with regards to that, as well as our new left centre back, the Argentinian Suarez. He's very good on the ball. He can break lines from deep. He helps us progress the ball, but his primary duties are an issue, and he sometimes gets too touch tight, and doesn't leave himself with room to recover when a striker or a forward, right or left forward, right forward outpaces him, So I'm a bit worried about that, But in the zone 14 and zone 17 area, I think we have so much firepower that can definitely give you guys trouble. I think that's where the game might be won and lost. I don't think it will be. It's always the midfield battle that most of the time decides the game. I think it will be decided in both ends this game, man. Let's go back to the guy that you mentioned, man. I was hoping you won't mention him. I wanted to ask you about him, man. Yusuf Belaid, man. How good is that guy? And is he the one player that we must be really careful of going into this time?
Let's say we had Yusuf Bilali for, so like he had like 3 stints with Esperance. Let's say with the time he's like older, so he's not the same player as before. Like, but he remains really, like, he remains dangerous. When he's in form, he could be really dangerous. He could bring a lot. Like, he's really intelligent in his game. Maybe physically now he's less powerful, less agile, let's say, than before. But I don't know. Like, it's also lately this season is a lot of controversy because he played a lot of good games, and at the same time when he's not in form physically and stuff, he cannot bring anything. He, like I told you, he remains the guy which can bring the danger in one pass or in one, in one dribble. He can do a lot of damage. Let's say I expect him to be in form. Let's say because he remains the let's say the best player quality from the quality in our squad, with maybe also Mokwana, which is also like uh, going up, because he's playing more games now. Mokwana with the time he's also has more confidence. I hope he plays because also expect him to bring more danger, let's say, with Bilali. So he can. I hope you will see a good Bilali Tuesday. Sorry.
Yeah, man, I do not want to leave the stadium very sad like the last time
I
we
am going to
played.
the stadium.
Yeah, man. I'm putting the game is actually playing at 3 o'clock in the afternoon,
No,
which is, yeah, a lot of people will still be at work, but yeah, I'm definitely going, man. But yeah, I
don't
hope
send
Belail is
don't
not on form, eh?
send this to my chef, but I'm skipping work.
Yeah, but how do you think you guys will line up on Tuesday? Your lineup for Esperance?
So the thing is, like, it's like you said in the first part of the interview, we have a new coach, so it will be really difficult to say lineup. But generally, when you have a new coach, the new coach, when he's like having a big game, like in like small amount of time, he will not change a lot in the lineup. He will
Yeah.
base himself with what the trainer before did, and maybe did do some tactical change. Generally, I think, okay, from, I don't know if you uh, so generally I think Mamish will start as a goalkeeper. Also maybe Ben Said, who played also in the last friendly game, he's more reassuring, let's say, for the supporter. So maybe, so if it was my case, I would play Ben Said, but I don't think Ben Said will start. Maybe Mamish will start. Also, Mamish has a good, let's say, Mamish has also a better quality in the build-up, which is something, one
Mm,
of the biggest quality of Mamish. He's really good with his like with his feet. Let's say, as a goalkeeper, is something we don't find a lot in Tunisia. But his form, his confidence is really going down right now. But I think Mamish will start as goalkeeper. From the right back, it will be Ben Ali, who played the most game as the right back. Left back will be Ben Hamida as well. Your friend Ben Hamid. I know you like. From the center back, it will be Tugay for sure, and Jlasi, which remains really a lot of actually for us, really our, let's say, our it's not the best center back we could have, but it's the only one who is playing right now. From the midfield, now it's the question how our trainer will play, because we have a lot of uncertainty. So if he's gonna play with 2-6, like two defensive midfield, or he will play with the 1 and 2 8s, let's say. So there is two possibility, I think. If he will play with Okbelu or Genishi, one of them as 6, and Ka and Konate as 8, or maybe he will play Ginishi and Ogbedu and Ka. Maybe, I think one of these two combinations. And forwards for sure. Left, it will be Belaili. I think maybe also, or maybe left Belaili or left Mokwana. Right, it will be maybe Sals. and forward it will be Bilali, or maybe, if I don't know if Rodriguez is ready, I don't think so. So for sure it will be Mokwana, Bilali, and Sas, and Bilali will play like as a far false nine. Maybe it's my it's the last team we played, let's say, and yeah, the last starting 11 we had. So I think yes. So I think it will be Mokwana, Bilali, and Jansas.
Yeah, that's a scary front three, man. And yeah, I was scared that Rodriguez might be back. I hope he's not back for this one. I don't
So
want to.
he's having a really bad season because he's like I don't know, didn't play a lot of games. He's injured. He was injured for a lot of games. He didn't play. He didn't play seasons. It was a catastrophic season, I think, for Rodriguez. For us, it's really bad because we found our striker. We have also like the new striker Diakite, who is like don't have also the confidence. He's missing a lot of chances. He's creating chances, but he's missing a lot of chances. So I don't think that the trainer will count on him as from the starting point of view, the starting 11. I don't think that Diakite will make it. So I think we will play with Bilali as false nine. I'm pretty sure we'll play with Bilali as false nine because also Jabri is also injured. So our two strikers are injured, plus Diakite is not that ready, let's say. I don't think he will start them. So maybe he will do at the end, but like from my point of view, he will not start, let's say. And because in Africa also we played so with the three, like Mokwana, Blaili, and Sas, the three of them played a lot in the African Championship together. So we had a lot of games with the three together. So I think it will be the same for Sundowns. Maybe we'll not have the fixed striker, and we'll have like three players who are moving around with the ball, creating a lot of chances, let's say, with a lot of speed and also vista in the game.
This is how I think Sundowns will line up. I think obviously Williams will start. The big question mark for me is at right back. I would personally start Thapelo Morena because he's much better in the final third. He adds so much in the final third. He's very offensive. But I have a feeling that Cardoso will start Mudau, outstart Mudau away in the second leg, but I think Cardoso might start Mudau,
Mudau is more defensively as.
Please say that again.
You said Mudawa is better defensively as.
Yes. Mudau is very, very solid. His best attributes are in defending. When he gets to the final third, he doesn't make the right decisions most of the time. Whereas Thapelo Morena, makes a lot of good decisions. A perfect example: if you go and watch the Bafana game against Benin last week, Mudau got a chance. Instead of playing a cutback, he played it to the goalkeeper. And then when Sundowns played on Friday in the Nedbank Cup quarterfinal, in a sort of similar situation, Thapelo Morena played a cutback and then we scored a goal in extra time. So those are the small intricacies that you look at when you compare the two guys. So I would have Morena, but I think Cardoso will start Mudau, and then I think it will be Gran Kekana as well as Suarez. And then at left back, I think he will play Divine Lunga. And then in the midfield three, it will be Teboho Mokoena at the base, and the 2-8s will be Allende as well as Jaden Adams, who's been scoring goals recently. He's running into the box and getting those goals. And then I think the front three will be Ribeiro, Shalulile, and Reyners. But I have a bit of an issue with our front three. The two of our front three, because for me, Shalulile and Reyners are not technically they are not the best. They're very good forwards who will score goals, but technically, they are not so good as Ribeiro. So I would actually play a 4-4-2 diamond and have them direct to goal. But I think Cardoso will stick to the 4-3-3, where one of them is a left forward, and most of the time when one of them is playing there, they tend to lose the ball easily. It bounces off them. So yeah, man. But they're very good when they do get their chances, man. Your score prediction?
I didn't do one last year. I think I didn't do
Yes.
one last year because I hate that. I hate that, man. You know it. But I hope we win. I don't care. Like, so away goals, penalties. I don't know. Like, you guys give up. I don't know. I hope we win.
Okay. I think we'll win. I think we'll win
Okay.
2-1. I think we'll score 2 goals, but I think we'll concede because we tend to concede, to be honest, in most of our games recently, But I think we will take a one goal lead back to Tunis, man. But yeah, man. Thank you very much, Elias.
It,
Say
it
that
will be
again.
it will be difficult to one because we need only one goal in Tunis.
That's yeah. The reason I'm saying 2-1, I think our firepower will get us the goals, But at the same time, I've seen your attack, man, and I've seen our defense. So I think we might give away a goal, which is uh, it's not so good, man. I do not like conceding the away goal. So hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully it's 2-0, eh?
I hope that Mokwana goals and score a goal and do his celebration in front of the supporters.
Uh, Once again, man, thank you very much, Elias, for joining me,
Because
man. It's been an absolute pleasure. And I hope Abdu will really enjoy this one and he won't say anything. He won't criticize you on our group after this one. Eh?
big up to Abdul.
Yeah,
So
yeah, definitely, man. Yeah. No, guys, thank you guys for watching. Please
thank you
continue
always.
subscribing to our channel, The Yellow Corner. The Yellow Corner is a Sundowns supporters YouTube channel where we preview all Mamelodi Sundowns Football Club matches. And yeah, man, we had a special guest, a top gent for this one, my good friend Elias. Until next time, sharp Masandawana and sharp to the Espérance the Tunis supporters. Cheers, eh?
Very much, guys, and enjoy the game and see you hopefully soon
Yeah,
in the World Cup. We'll do another one for the World Cup.
definitely.